Person called me on Father's Day, June of 2007, to wish me happy Father's Day. And she started to cry on the phone, and I asked her what was wrong, and she said that her right ankle and right leg had swollen up and she didn't know why. And that's the journey that started for Kristen. We had probably diagnostics done for about the next 4 weeks, and they finally just diagnosed it as stage 3C, which is advanced cervical cancer caused by HPV. I can still remember when the doctors came into her room and they had gave us the diagnosis that it was cancer, that everybody in the room started to cry. And Kristen asked us to leave the room, so we all of us went outside in the hospital and out in the garden and stood out there and cried. And then I got a text from Kristen, and she says, "Come on back." And it's like she'd had time to deal with what she had laying ahead of her, and she wanted us back in the room. And that's when the fight began.
I think after the 3-week hospital stay that the chemo started that next week.
Yeah, the radiation.
And radiation.
She never lost her spirit, her will to fight, or her faith, right up to the very end. She was actually an inspiration for the rest of us, I think, because I think in the back of your mind, you realize that she's dealing with almost a terminal cancer, but you don't want to. You want your child to recover, but what's going through your mind at the time is, why Kristen, why now? I'm sure any parent who's lost a child does the same thing. And so you're dealing with that. You're trying to encourage her to continue the fight, which she did a really good job of. And praying for the best outcome.
She did tell us one time that if anybody in the family had to have cancer, she was glad it was her. When they finally let us go back into the emergency room, she talked a little bit, but I don't know that she knew it was us.
Yeah, the toxins
she pulled
in her
the light.
blood.
She wanted the light pulled closer to her. So we don't know if that was that.
The final light. I think it was.
I do too. But
she was trying to tell us that.
And then they put her in ICU.
The ICU doctor called us in, and basically she told us that the blood transfusions that we were giving her was basically artificial life support. And just prolong her agony. So we decided that morning to remove blood transfusions, and she died that afternoon.
They kept her alive so her sister could get home from Tampa to say goodbye. When she passed away, there must have been 30 people in her room.
Yeah.
All of her friends were there, and because you don't expect somebody that's 23 to pass away.
Go get your children vaccinated. You protect yourself, but you also protect the ones that they'll eventually love someday too.